All right, the Committee on Parole is called to order today. Is Thursday, March 30th, 11:17 a.m. My name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me will be Alvin Roche and Cheryl Knox will be our panel. Staff will support seat at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge, our remote location, Bossier Parish. With staff and support, please introduce yourself there at Bossier.
Sergeant Todd Roberts, security.
Lori Culpepper, Mental Health Director of Steve Oil.
All right, ready for our first case. Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for a record.
James P. Sharp, 436-442, DLC number.
All right, James, you heard the introductions while the parole interview. Ask you some questions, you can respond. At the end, you can take a vote. Do you understand the process?
Yes, sir.
James Sharp, DOC number 436-442. You're a third class offender. Parole eligibility date 7/11/2023. Good time 2/7/2026. Full term 11/16/2046. A 32-year sentence. Distribution of synthetic cannabis, methamphetamine. You were revoked. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Would you answer Mr. Alvin Rose's questions, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Sharp. How are you?
Good morning. Yes, sir. I'm doing fine.
Good. Mr. Sharp, you're currently 49 years old, is that correct?
Sir.
You're currently 49 years old, is that correct?
I didn't understand you.
Are you 49? How old are you? How old are you?
I'll be 49 in the next month, in May.
Okay.
I'm
All
48.
right. Gotcha.
Your third felony offender, is that correct?
I'm having trouble understanding you, sir.
You've been convicted of 3 felonies, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I plead guilty.
And I see where all of your arrests were either for drugs or theft, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I've been a drug addict since I was 19 years old.
And you've been arrested about 15 times, is that correct?
That sounds about correct, sir.
Now, you're currently in the 9-month C-Fall intensive substance abuse program, is that correct?
Yes, sir. 9 months.
Okay, and I think your anticipated graduation date is July 28th of this year, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I see where you have no infractions and you're doing very well in the program, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I am participating as much as I can.
Okay. Ms. Culpepper, can you give us a report of Mr. Shaw?
Yes, he continues to do well. He participates in all of his classes. He's getting ready to start the last 3 months of his treatment. So he'll enroll in his final treatment groups, but he goes to group, does his homework, and participates well.
Thank you, Ms. Culpepper. I see you have an excellent transition plan. You're gonna live with your wife for 24 years, is that correct?
No, sir. I'm gonna live with my mom and dad, but my wife lives right down the road from there. My wife has some problems of her own, and I think that it would be better if I lived with my mom and dad when I first get out because of her own problems, and I need to see her get her problems fixed where our problems don't clash. So I want to live with my mom and dad.
A wise decision, wise decision. I see you have an employment. Where will you be employed at?
I'm gonna be employed at my dad's shop. He has a welding shop, and I got my own sandblasting and painting equipment right there. And then there's Mr. Charles Brown. He has a trucking a dump truck that he's gonna let me work with him too. So I got plenty of employment options.
Okay, now I see that you're gonna enroll in the Almost Home program. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And tell me about that program.
Well, it's a pretty much a program right there. See, they don't have a rehab where I'm from. They have a drug abuse clinic. And I contacted Miss Rosie White. She's a counselor there, and she's gonna put me into the what the kind of it's called a let's see recovery celebrate recovery program.
Right.
Okay, that's the program she's gonna sign me up for right away, and then she's gonna show me all of the surrounding areas that has the drug, the NA and AA classes, because they only have it once a week where she's at, and I told her that I might need it more than once a week. That she was giving me all these surrounding areas that would have it, so I can, if I thought I needed a meeting, I could go to one.
Mr. Sharp, does she have a Celebrate Recovery program?
Yes, sir. She's the one that's over the Celebrate Recovery program. She's gonna put me in at day one. I told her I'd come there first. Be the first thing I do. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman.
All right. Do you have any mental health issues?
I don't think so, sir. I think I'm pretty mentally stable.
So you're not taking any medication or on any medication for any mental health diagnoses, right?
No, sir.
Okay. That's good. All right. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. I just want to first of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to be in this program. I prayed for it and I wrote for it, and they finally come and got me, and I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not one of the ones that are sitting there back there in the back of the class talking during class. I try to participate in every class. I try to soak up every bit of the information they give me like a sponge. And I mean, I've been down doing drugs since, like I said, I was 19 years old, and I'm ready for a change.
All right, thank you for your comments. Panel prepared to vote. Mr. Roche?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Sharp, based upon your good performance thus far in the Steve Hall program, no infraction, and I understand you have 2 positive ratings on different things in the Steve Hall program, a good transition plan. My vote is to conditionally grant your release after completing the Steve Hall Intensive Substance Abuse Program. After release, I want you to follow all recommendations of the Steve Hall program. I want you to attend either NAAA or Celebrate Recovery 3 times a week. And I want you to do community service 4 hours a month. Good luck.
Mr. Hobbs?
You've been, as you said, using drugs or abusing drugs since the age of 19, almost 30 years. But I'm glad to hear that you finally have accepted that you have an addiction, taking advantage of program opportunities. My vote is Mr. Roche. Good luck to you.
And I vote to grant your parole as well after you complete Steve Hall program, and after that, you'll do NAA 3 times a week, follow up with their care. You want you to maintain full-time employment, and you'll do community service 4 hours per month. And I want you to have a curfew from 10 p to 6 a. If you're not out, unless you're working or at church, you don't have no sense of being out hanging out. So so 3 votes to grant your parole. Today your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So turn 11-6. Thank you.
Good deal.
Yeah, I think he's shed a few tears there, which it's a reminder he had a 32-year sentence. 32 years for distribution. They threw the book at him. That's what they like to do. I don't have the details. I tried to find it, of course. but Google sometimes is not friendly to me. Sometimes they don't, if he doesn't go to court and he takes a plea deal, although the type of sentence that he has would make me think that he went to court. I mean, who pleads to 32 years? Although sometimes you can take a plea deal and then the judge throws the book at you anyways. That happens too. The 32 years. How much of it has he served? I'm not clear on that part. I missed it. But hey, I mean, man, he's got a serious looking face. Something with like the uniform, it doesn't look right. It's like a very dirty, messy uniform. Almost looks like he's like we're coming right off the streets. But yeah, also Ms. Renato said 30 years of doing that to your body and brain. But this could be really the poster child of how prison can rehabilitate someone, and hopefully it is. I mean, he went to prison, he got into the Steve Hoyle program, seems to be doing well, he seems to check all the boxes, and then when he's going to get released, he's going to have to go to AA and NA, he's going to have to hold employment, he's going to have to they have the structure in place, and I'm just, at his age, hopefully he's just done and he's going to do it. He's going to do it. And, we'll have to see with time how it plays out, but I certainly am rooting for him. And one can hope that this is one of those use cases, like what was the alternative, right? He would have played this out until his life would have ended. Or he gets locked up, he becomes sober, he goes through this programs and builds the habits and realizes that he enjoys being sober and stays sober. Let's hope. Let's see. Are you a pessimist or an optimist in this case? I choose to be an optimist. But we will find out if there is a revocation hearing. But I hope that we don't. With that, I'll let you go.